All right, what's going on, guys? Q6 Cleaning Solutions back at it with another commercial cleaning video. You can see our beautiful setup behind us. Timmy can pan out. We got some of our hose pulled before we get started. We decided we were going to make a video. You can see this is what we're cleaning. This entire property, we are cleaning the second story, the first story. In fact, above the second story, there's a parapet wall that you can see.
You can
see
it over this way. Yeah.
But right above that Orange Theory Fitness sign.
Right above that, pretty much, is the filthiest on this built property here. And cleaning all that first, getting that cleaned up, and then we're gonna get on to the rest of it.
Yeah, we got to wash the ceilings on both levels. Pan that way, Timmy. We'll cover more of it in the video as the video goes on.
Pretty big project, though, for sure, as you can see down that way. She's what I would like to call your prime real estate.
Yeah, it's in the heart of our beautiful, growing downtown Huntsville. So it's about 10:30, give or take a few minutes. I'm not exactly sure on that. And Timmy has my phone, so I can't even check the time.
Yeah, it's about that time, 10:35.
We'll be here. I'm projecting somewhere in the ballpark of 4 to 6 a.m. And in that time frame, we're planning on being about 60% done. We're also going to be touching up in front of each restaurant the concrete floor that needs it, any degreasing work. So multiple 4-figure check for us tonight. We'll probably be back tomorrow night. But I'll try to throw in clips throughout the process. This isn't going to be like a bunch of before and after type videos or type pictures throughout the video. It's dark, and I'm not about to kill myself to make sure that the pictures look real appealing for this video. But I'm certainly going to try to keep y'all posted on everything we're doing. And anything that we run into that would make for good advice throughout the video, I'll be sure that y'all hear it from us. So y'all stay tuned, and we're gonna knock it out. Appreciate y'all for checking in. All right, checking back in with y'all. This is the portion that Timmy was pointing at in the video above the second story. That is the second story. Timmy's somewhere underneath me. There's the system down there. Trying to see if there's any way. I mean, you can't really tell with it being dark, but these stucco walls are covered in those typical black streaks that you see. You know, just due to your typical water dropping off the edge, the soffit line there. Pretty dirty. In fact, it's very dirty. I'm kind of bummed out that I can't really highlight that, but it is what it is. I'm about to spray down this whole section here. We got the pressure line pulled to the second level. We got my line pulled. Let's see if you can see it if I get a little closer. We got my line pulled right here. It's all scattered out. I'm gonna 12 volt this whole thing. So title of the video, idea, what is a 12 volt really capable of doing? We do have a 24 volt on the trailer, and we are hopefully very, very, very soon to be using it. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have it done for this job, but we were running into some technical issues. We're working on a video for that system, actually. Trying to put together a real good in-depth quality video on how to actually set a 24 volt up. There's not a lot of online information about that, so we're kind of having to do it all ourselves, troubleshooting wise and stuff. But yeah, 12 volt, fixing to make us bank. So y'all hang in there and let's see what we can get done. All right, so I just inserted some pictures from what I did on the upper level that I showed y'all. Turned out pretty well. Timmy was able to knock out the second story. I guess technically it's all second story, but for I guess, less confusing purposes, I was on the 3rd story. He was on the 2nd story. He washed all of that. I washed everything above him. The pictures don't do it justice, really, but it certainly highlights a lot of that organic growth that had started to develop on the stucco. It is currently around the realm of 1230. Wouldn't you say, Timmy?
Yeah, something like that.
About 12:30, so we're roughly, give or take, 2 hours in, and we have knocked out the 3rd and 2nd story. We've got all of our lines in position to begin on the farthest corner of the 1st story. So we're about to get rolling pretty good. We're taking a little bit of a break. We just kind of been talking, cut the unit off for a second, refill up on some water. So about 2 hours in, kind of spitballing how long we think it's going to take to finish. Definitely starting off pretty solid. I'll insert some more clips of us working.
Yeah, and to be frank with y'all,
I'll turn the camera on.
I was just gonna tell them the choice of music here. It's not on us. It's just what plays. So we're not exactly monetized. We're not gonna get a copyright strike for this, but it is what it is. Hopefully y'all can still get through it. It's not bad. The unit's probably worse than this music anyways, but no, we're getting it done, man. It's really cleaning up good, and it just goes to show you, like me and Big G were talking about titles for this video, shows what you can do with a 12-volt system. I mean, we've been doing everything we can to get that 24-volt system working for y'all, so we can make a video like completely in-depth, like from literal like start to finish, every nut, bolt, everything. But we can't get it, and if we could, I tell you what, man, we'd be really killing this thing right now. So, but it's still going super smooth, man. I mean, just goes to show all you need is one trailer and a truck, and you can do 6 figures a year, no problem. So, and we're the guys here to show you that. So, and we're here to show you the tools you need, the surfactants you need, and the tips and tricks along the way, boys. So y'all stay tuned.
Check the jersey out too. Different jersey than what I'm rocking tonight.
And I'll tell you what, something that I learned today, when you're rinsing up under that, usually you just get soaked, and if you have like just a normal hoodie, you'll just be literally like shivering because it's about 40 degrees out right now. So that plus if you're just soaked in water, it's terrible. But I got a nice little ski jacket on, and man, this thing, you're not getting wet through this, man. And I'm probably the warmest I've ever been out here on the job site. So I'm gonna go ahead and recommend the ski jacket from here on out.
All right, we'll check back in. All right, what's up, guys? Just like that, with the power of modern technology, 24 hours have gone by. We are on night 2. We are kind of topping off the system. We are about 65-75% ish done. I got some pretty decent footage. I've probably done a voiceover already. I've shown you a few pictures. Those pictures are kind of a highlight of basically everything we're doing there. We did have a little setback last night. Kind of a freak accident. One of the fire alarms at the place was tripped in the elevator shaft. We were rinsing around it, and some water kind of trickled into it. So turned out to be, I'm not going to call it a big deal, but modern people see a fire truck and freak out, and I think it just kind of raises some alarms, especially if it's at 3 in the morning and you're asleep. So we did have to get in touch with the property manager about it, and to say the least, he was not very happy about it. Now, this is a company that we've done at this point probably 13, 14, 15, somewhere in that ballpark of jobs for. So real familiar with him, or I thought I was. He threw me for a loop. So we're gonna knock it out tonight. I guess I don't really want to get too in depth in all of it, but I'm really curious. What do y'all think about customers and customer relations? Let's just say in theory, you were to have something said to you didn't necessarily care for or feel very respected by. What would you do?
Yeah, leave it in the comments, boys.
Just curious.
Because you're
not saying that happened.
Your boy Big Snope here. What it actually ended up being was one of the smoke detectors was faulty, and that's what the property manager ended up telling us actually this morning pretty early. He said the company told him that whatever smoke detector that I sprayed, I mean firemen thought it was in the elevator shaft, but I mean I'm sure it was probably both, but And it ended up being actually something that, you know,
That's
no
right.
matter what, we would have got some water on there. So it's almost like it was inevitable. You know, I felt terrible about it. I tell you what, man, I was like, it cost us about an hour, right? You know, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. was a little bit of a loud period of time, but, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, can't really do anything about it, but mistakes do happen, and honestly it wasn't even a mistake.
Nope.
Now that I'm saying that, it's like
Freak accident, really.
It was just,
It wasn't even an accident. It's just something that was
something that
inevitable.
wasn't maintained on their end that we ended up triggering. So I mean, you can't really blame us at the end of the day for it at all. So it is what it is. We're gonna go back there, finish it up. Thankfully, my sweet mother just happened to have a 28-foot ladder laying around. I know that's not usual for most mothers, but it's been laying around in our shop for.
That's a 20.
I don't
That's a
even know
12-foot A-frame.
And I can't believe I never thought about it with all the years we've been pressure washing, but it was just stuck behind a bunch of stuff. And she was like, "Wait, let me think." You know, I was moving some stuff the other day, and what do you know? 28-foot ladder. So hopefully that'll get to where we need to today.
We got a 28-foot extension ladder, a A-frame / extension ladder, a 24-foot extension ladder, and a
6-frame A-frame extension.
6-foot,
yes. The 12-foot
A-frame. So, all right, this is a long clip. Dragged it out longer than I meant to. See ya.
We got pretty much every ladder that we would ever need on a job site. I mean, anything you can go more than this is a 32-foot ladder, and for us, I mean, we don't think we're really ever going to need something like that. So
need a lift if you're up higher than that. But we'll see y'all on the job. All right, before we got to the job site for the night, we stopped by and cleaned this patio. Real quick and easy job. Another commercial client of ours. Took us about 20 minutes. So quick little picture here, and we'll catch you back on the job site. All right, I'm not sure which clip I'm going to put in the video. If this one makes it, then so be it. But Timmy has rinsed under this whole awning / pavilion / roof, whatever you want to call it. And if you step back, let's see, you can see the edge of it. There's actually a parapet wall that goes above it. I washed it down with chemical. It's stucco is what the surface was. And I washed it down with chemical, followed up, rinsed it through. Timmy's been knocking out that, like I said, and he's actually cleaning off the surface too for any debris or whatever he's knocked off in the midst of it all. I'm kind of killing a few minutes waiting to start on this wall. You can see really only one area that needs it the most. It's pretty obvious. I'm gonna clean the whole wall. Title of the video, 12 volting. How much can you do with a 12 volt? There's so many different theories and philosophies behind why they're good and behind why they are bad. Personally, we are in our, I guess, 4th year of service, 3rd full year, and we have used a 12 volt since day one. Last year, crazy enough, we did just under 100 jobs on the year. You know, to some people that might sound like a lot, to some people that might sound like a joke. But for us, we had a pretty high ticket average, so we were able to do 6 figures on the year, over 6 figures actually. And I don't say that to boast, I say that because what I'm about to say. We used the same 12 volt pump for about 90% of the year. That's a $140 pump that we did over 6 figures with. And I can say that confidently. Now we are on our second pump. That one went out, I want to say, in December of last year. So we're on month 2 here with this second pump. And we're doing a very, very large scale job. Now, in being that, you can certainly save time by using a 24 volt, an AR45, a P40, or P whatever the heck it is, the gas powered systems. You can save a boatload of time. I'm sure, I'm positive of that. But that's not the concept. The concept is people starting out think that you've got to have a gas powered pump. You've got to have the ability to downstream, yada, 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 whatever the solution or theory may be. But I firmly stand behind the 12 volt. I know I'm speaking for Timmy too. We made so much money with a 12 volt pump. Now, but that being said, we are excited to get our 24 volt up and running. I know we've already mentioned it in the video, but that's our train of thought. And this is proof. You can do these big jobs with a 12 volt. Will you need a ladder? Absolutely. Will you be a little bit slower than somebody who might be downstreaming or using a gas system or using a 24 volt? Absolutely. But when you get a good system in place and you know what you're doing, you can really, really, really knock some work out at a high speed. This is night 2. We're about an hour and a half, 2 hours in. We spent, give or take, 7 hours out here last night. So grand total on this project, we're gonna be looking at about 10, 11 hours, something like that. And I know I've already said it once, it's a multi-4-figure contract for us. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a W for the 12 volt. You show me somebody else, or show me somebody who is using a 12 volt pump that doesn't like it. I'm curious, really, because I don't see any cons. You can change them out on the job. We keep 2 or 3 spares on us at all times. Pretty straightforward. And for anybody starting out, don't get it twisted. We were by no means experts of the craft when we started, and I'm still not an expert. I'm still learning a boatload. But swapping out those pumps is something that does take a little bit of practice. We've done it enough now to where it's second nature. It's super convenient. I don't know. I might be going on a little bit of a rant, but y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna check back in at the end of the video. I might pop back before we finish, but I just wanted to showcase this. It's pretty cool. If y'all found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, please like, subscribe, y'all leave a comment. We're trying to create videos that are interesting for y'all to watch, but you also take away something. So once again, I appreciate everybody who's been following the channel. We really love making these videos, and y'all be safe and see you in the next one.